got a new setup here. We're gonna make this small, and we're gonna give a bunch of units on both sides. So what I've got going on here is I have revamped the combat resolution code so that it will have more than just one band, and it won't be like a particularly wide band of generic attacks, like a 1-to-1 ratio. I've also added in a combat animation for ranged attack so that you get some indication of where the attacks come from. We'll use this small map so we'll kind of see stuff quickly. I've also changed, I used to have it tiled where it would be, I would dim the unit tile if it had moved already. Now I'm showing which units can move with a green outline. So he has nobody's in range, right? Because that's the min and max range for this guy. So I'll just move him forward. No, that guy doesn't. He doesn't either. We'll just move him forward. Move this guy. This guy. All right, and another thing is now they bucket. So whereas before I might show like this is 7-to-1, it might have been 14-to-2. Now it's bucketed down to where it's going to actually be. And then the number that's reflected there comes on that chart that I put on LinkedIn, where it's showing if the ranged attack can only affect the attacker, and it will go from a red crit to a white neutral number as our range. This is a artillery unit. He has the most range and the highest attack. There's a 10-to-1. I don't know if you saw the ranged attack go there. Medium armor. No, it's a heavy armor. Infantry. Light armor. All right. AI is taking points. Now he's hunting after he's taken points. Okay. All right. So this will still show the defender's bonus. So it's a 1-to-1, and then he has a defender bonus here. These guys are 2-to-1. Let's take out the 2-to-1. 1-to-3. This is a better attack. Nobody's in range. Nobody's in range. 2-to-1. Try to concentrate on the guy that's wounded. 10-to-1 way back there. If it's a adjacent tile attack, which I'm terming in code melee, then attacker and defender take damage because you're going head to head, and if you fail in that case, if it's on the other side of mu, and if you're in the 1-to-1, you're both taking damage. Or I should say the neutral band. If you're within that, you're both taking damage. It'll show a white number on each unit. If it's a failed attack, I'm still just showing damage of one number, but it's primarily the attacker who's taking damage, right? So in that case, I'm showing a off-white to black number. Black is where they really, so we'll show it right here. This is a 2-to-1, so chances are this anti-tank gun is going to do poorly against against anybody really. But let's do it against this guy since he's a melee attack. So he did a good roll. So most of the damage was over there. Here's a 1 to 3. Well, that's kind of weird. That one is a ranged attack. It's a ranged attack. Ranged kind of poorly. This is an infantry gun. It's a softer target. There's also a bug that I've got where that added plus 50 to the score. I've noticed there is a situation where I must have unit data not having the values right. I'm not exactly sure, but I've seen it where there is a 0. And I'm not surprised it even showed that attack for melee because I just did it's in both paths. That's not a big deal. All right. Yeah, that's no big deal. Good. Let's take out that artillery. This guy's right. If this guy was here, he would not be able to attack him. He's right at the boundary. It's like this guy. He's inside the min range, so he can't attack him. By moving there, this guy can move here and we'll get a ranged attack on him. It's 1 to 3, so chances are you might see a damage on this guy. He's taking the range attack when he can for the AI. That's the way it is. So that's that. So that seems to be okay. So what the way the scoring here is working, based upon there were more defender points than attacker points. So this initial points is positive. Combat points are what was deleted, what was destroyed, I guess you'd say. Capture points were how many points that the attacker or the red guy held that city versus me holding the city, and it's 1 point per turn. So I held it 1 turn more than he held it. And then the AI difficulty was a normal game, so there was no adjustment. If it was on hard mode, it would give you plus 20%. If it was on easy mode, it would give you minus 20%. And just as always, what I'm saying, if you go back, all these things stay the same. We were on the west side using a small map. AI difficulty was normal. We had the sound off. And all of these unit designations are the same. And you can see it's 255 versus the defender had 285 points. He had a lot more motorized infantry, which is how that came about. And then any of these buttons would start the game. So in reality, all you have to do from this main menu is when you click new game is just hit start game the very next. Trying to keep less buttons on